I'm Lois Holub, and Jamesa and I have been friends for, I think, more than 25 years. And I know that, Jamesa worked at the co-op, and she had a very busy massage practice. Part of her life was on the mountain. She was a skier and then a snowboarder, and out on the coast, she was a surfer. I was pretty blown away at her passion for these really athletic things, and that was part of her life as a teenager. Even she was very active, she was just such a full. She had such a full life. She was snowboarding up on Baker I'm pretty sure it was in November, and it was a little over 10 years ago now. And she had just gotten a new helmet. She was a pretty accomplished boarder by then, snowboarder. And she was coming down a hill, she said probably about 30 miles an hour, totally clear. And out of the corner of her eye, she saw another snowboarder coming sideways toward her. And she was going too fast to stop, and she hoped that he would see her, and he didn't, until he did, and he stopped right in her way. He was very young, and she flew over him and landed on her head, and people thought Jamesa must be dead. And if she hadn't had the new helmet, she probably would have been, but it saved her. But about a week or so later, she started getting headaches, really severe headaches. And she finally went to get that checked out, and that's when she first learned about traumatic brain injury. But within probably a couple years of realizing this is not getting better, and she really had to start dealing with the emotional, psychological effects of that, as well as living with this pain that wasn't going away. Her metabolism completely changed. Her resting heartbeat was over 100 beats a minute, which is profoundly fast. She was always cold. She could sit in the sun and have layers and earmuffs. She had to wear earplugs most of the time because it was extra sensitized to stimuli. So she couldn't deal with cross-talking. She had to just be with one person and listen. And gradually, over the years, it was, you had to talk. She had a little sign by her favorite chair of like, please talk softly and slowly. And it was her brain that was hurting, so it was all over her head. And then the nausea from being dizzy, so she started falling. She got to a point of such despair about what might this mean in her life if this was going to be it. And she was a real spiritual practitioner, so she did a lot of meditating, praying, and she had this experience where she realized she had the choice to live or die. She was kind of at the end of her rope. It wasn't lovely, now I have this choice. It was a real calling to her of, you have to make the choice. You get to make this choice. And finally, she started really talking with her daughter, who is in her mid to late 20s now, and lives in a different city, and her mom about VSED and how it would work and what that would mean. And that was such a huge change. Again, it's like Jamesa finally had control over her life. Her statement, she never called it, she called it VSED, voluntary stopping eating and drinking, but she never called it dying. She called it her journey to intentional freedom. And her goal for the friends who she let into this process was support Jamesa with unconditional love and comfort as she transitions to her new form by voluntarily stopping eating and drinking with full written consent and understanding by her doctors, starting Monday, January 4th, with no drinking, starting midnight on Friday. This plan is entirely based on Jamesa's wishes and may change as she so chooses. To see, it was like finally that there was this plan. She could really live the rest of her days with intention, stop worrying about what's next, know that her pain was not going to last for another 10 years. She had just turned 50. I'm not killing myself. I'm managing my life.
Okay, I'm making a video to let you know that today is Saturday, January 9th, 2021. Woohoo, everybody. So I I'm on the last legs of this. I'm exhausted, doing my best, but I want to share with you that really adamantly that my choice to do this was not a choice over life or death. It was a choice of how I wanted to die. And I was given a few different things in my health issues that came together around the same time that kind of created a cluster, if you will, of things that just I couldn't pull out of, and my body was really near death. So after my last tests on that and finding out that information of what was going on, I just thought, I'm tired of fighting. I can't fight anymore. I fought this whole time, and I'm done fighting. And so talked to Jade, and we came up with this plan to get through the holidays and on the other side, and then all the people on my team that are helping me, and just all you beautiful people, thank you so much. And for the home I'm in and everything is just wonderful. Just so thankful to have a place to be.
The fifth day, she passed away in bed, peacefully, and was immediately bathed and covered with fresh flowers. This was this incredibly deliberate, intentional, saying goodbye to one form. As she said, it's her intentional freedom. She was freeing herself from utter agony, you know. Oh boy, it was as if VSED is living through your dying. It gives you this time and the people you love the most to celebrate your life, to celebrate your integrity, your decision, and they're joining with you in this mystery.